Today in our 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, we will be having a look at and installing the Roadmaster battery charge line kit for towed vehicles. Part number RM-156-25. Here's what our towed vehicle charge line kit looks like installed. As you can see, it's a simple circuit breaker connection which goes over to the positive terminal of our battery. Then we have a wire that goes out towards the front of our Jeep, which will tie into our 6-way connector on the front of it for our vehicle's towed lighting system, and it will be charged off of the port off the back of the RV when it's being flat towed behind it. Now this is a great thing to have because our Jeep, when it's being flat towed behind the motorhome, does require the key to be in the ignition and the accessory position so the steering wheel doesn't lock. And because of that, some electrical systems in the car are still receiving power, and the battery will eventually be run down because the engine's not running, so the alternator can't recharge the battery. Also, since we're using a portable braking system in this Jeep, which you may be in yours as well, that does take power from the battery here in order to depress the brake pedal in the vehicle. Just something else to keep in mind. Most states out there do require braking systems when you're flat towing, and if you have a portable system or one that goes to your battery, it will run down your battery. So this is a great thing to have. This basically is a trickle charger that will maintain the charge in your battery so you don't have to worry about having a dead battery when you get to your destination. To begin our install, we're at the front of our vehicle. We've already routed the wiring behind our fascia when we installed our base plate. This additional red wire here is a charge line wire. We use the provided wire loom here to secure all of our wires and help hide them behind our grill opening in our vehicle so we don't have any color wires sticking out behind the grill, giving us a nice clean look. We'll start by separating our 4-pole flat wire. All right, with 5 separate wires now, we can strip back the insulation a little bit from each wire. The white wire here is our ground wire. The brown wire here is our tail light and running light circuit. The yellow wire is our left turn signal and left brake light. And the green wire is our right turn signal and right brake light. And now we'll take our 6-way round connector here, take off the dust cover here at the end, and slide it over all of our wires. Okay, we'll start with our ground wire. That'll go to the terminal marked GD. So we'll loosen the small set screw. Let's twist these nice and together, so nice and tight. And we'll insert it into the terminal and then tighten down the set screw. Now we'll do our tail light and marker lights. That goes to the terminal marked TM. Now we'll do our left turn signal. It's one marked LT. This is also our left brake light. Now we'll do the right turn signal and right brake light. It's the terminal marked RT. Now we'll do our charge line wire from the separate kit that we're installing at the same time. The reason we're doing this is because it shares the same connector. And that'll go to our center terminal marked A for auxiliary. Okay. I'll make sure all of our wires are in there nice and secure, which they are. Okay, now we're going to use some dielectric contact grease, which we have available on our website, and coat inside our connector here. This will help prevent any corrosion from occurring, potentially causing a short or poor connection. We can now slide our dust cover back on down until it hits the ridge here, and we'll take some electrical tape and we'll tape the dust cover to the connector and go back along our wire loom here. This will help even prevent more moisture or dirt or debris from entering. All right, now we'll mount our connector to the prongs off of our base plate using the self-tapping screws that came with the base plate. Get one started and do the other one. And make sure they're snug down all the way. That gives us a nice solid connection for our towed vehicle lighting system and our charge line. Okay, we routed our wiring with the loom on up behind the bumper here. Then it goes to the side of our radiator through this panel where it comes up right here, comes along the airbox to the side of it, and then behind this panel here, this part of our battery box, our 4-pole flat wire we dropped down behind the battery box, and we left our charge wire right here so we can make our connections to our battery and our circuit breaker. We're going to mount it right here next to our firewall on the passenger side near our battery using the provided 5/16 self-tapping screws that come with our charge line kit. Okay, our breaker is now securely mounted. We'll measure off how much wire we're going to need to connect to the gold terminal. That's the one marked battery. So we'll cut off the excess right here. Okay, we'll strip off some insulation from the wire. Take one of our small ring terminals, slide it over the wire, and we'll crimp it into place. Remove the nut from that terminal, slide the terminal over the stud, reinstall the nut. Ensure that we have enough wire left over to make our connection, and we do. So we'll strip off insulation, place on our small ring terminal on one end, crimp it. The other end, we'll strip off some insulation and attach our large ring terminal. And we'll crimp that down. Place our small ring terminal over the remaining silver stud, the one marked auxiliary. Now we'll remove this 10mm nut right here. Slide the terminal over the stud, reinstall the nut. And we'll tighten up the two nuts on the breaker now. And that completes our look at and installation of the Roadmaster battery charge line kit for towed vehicles, part number RM-156-25 on our 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at eTrailer.com.